So hello everyone, this is Hiran. So welcome to the YouTube channel of the cyber security. As you know, we already have started the subject that is a cyber security. We have gone through the introduction. We have gone through the chapter number one, that is a vulnerability scanning. Right? We have seen what exactly the vulnerability exactly is. Okay, the types of vulnerabilities. We have seen the basic networking concept, ports, and all TCP protocols, ports, firewall, and all these things. So we have already seen the one tool, that is the Wireshark. Sorry, not the Wireshark, but the Nmap. We have seen the demonstration. We have seen the demonstration of the Nmap tool. So today, what we will be looking at the tool that is a Netcat. Okay, so Netcat is nothing but also the utility, which comes directly with the Nmap. So when you install the Nmap into your system, the Netcat is already installed into your system. Okay, so the short form to run a Netcat command onto your system, that is a nc ncat. There are the different various things that you can run the netcat command. But before going to the practical, we'll go through about the basic theory. So netcat is also one of the tool used for the, you can say, the port scanning, port listening, you can say that the data port communication, vulnerability checking, vulnerability testing, all these things. Okay, so it's the utility developed by the nmap only. So when if you want to run the netcat, you have to install the nmap. So let us move towards some basic concept, right? So the purpose of the net is a netcat to analyze the network and identify the network security issues. Okay, so so Netcat is used for information gathering tools, like which are the already ports open, what are the vulnerabilities into the port. If let's say if we want to connect to the different port onto the different machine, we can use that. It is used as a forensic tool. It is used as a network utility tools, password auditing tools, recovery and restoration tools, vulnerability scanning and analysis tools in the different areas. So for the hackers, it is a really important tool. So using a we can do the couple of, not the couple of things, we can do the so many of things using a netcat. We already have seen that we were scanning the ports with the nmap. We are scanning the network with the nmap. Now with the netcat, we can scan the network, we can scan the port, but as well as we can connect to the different machine. So for the hackers, for what the hackers will do, hacker will scan the remote machine port. If any port is open, they will try to connect to their port, and also try to access their system, also like try to put some virus file into the system, and just crash the system. So netcat is a very useful tool for the hackers. So they primary focus on this netcat type of tool. Okay, so it is a, yes, we can say, the forensic tool, network utility tool, also the vulnerability finding and tool for this. So what is actually the netcat? It's a Swiss Army knife of the network. Yes, it's a one type of knife army of the network. It's a versatile networking utility tool. We will see the demonstration, then you will understand the how important the netcat tool is for the hackers as well as also for the security engineers. Uses a TCP and UDP protocol designed as a backend tool, can be used directly driven by the programs. So the power of netcat, what exactly the netcat can do, can create an outbound or inbound connection TCP or UDP to form any ports. So outbound means, let's say you have a port number 40. When any traffic, so we will talk about technical term as a traffic. When any data comes out from the port number 40, that will called as a outbound. When any data comes into any port, it will called as a inbound. So netcat is used for both for inbound as well as outbound network analysis, traffic analysis. So full DNS forward reverse checking. Yes, we have seen that the domain name server checking, we can do that. Can use any local port, can use any locally configured network address port scanning with a randomizer, yes, I told that we can use a port scanning also. Option to let other program service establish connection. We will see all this thing with a demonstration, then you will able to understand what I'm trying to say. So how do I use netcat? So general form, the usage is, there are the different commands available. You have the command nc, short form for the netcat. You also have the command ncat and get. Okay, there are the different versions. So what we are doing here, nc-v with the remote host name and the port number 80. So ultimately what we are doing, we are trying to connect to this msn.com at port number 80. We are trying to connect that msn.com at port number 80. So ultimately what I'm doing, so when I open a browser and type www.msn.com, so I'm connecting to this website on the port number 80. The similar thing I'm doing with a netcat. So in the response I will get the HTML page of msn.com. Are you getting my point, what exactly I'm trying to explain you? Okay, so okay, let us go to the example. So in this scenario we have to work on the nc will not work on the latest version. It comes with the ncat. Let's say www.google.com at port number 80, not the only nc dash v. Yes, so ultimately it is connected at the port number 80 of the google.com. It is connected at the port number 80 of the google.com. So are you getting my point? This is how the netcat actually work. Okay, so this is a basic command. Now there are the different options available onto the network, like dash v, like we have used here dash v. So similar, we have so many options. Dash v controls the verbosity level, we will have the details. Dash w sets the network in inactivity timeout. If we like no response, it will show as inactive. Dash p for port number. So if you want to connect to the specific port, we'll use the dash p. Dash o, if we want to send or receive any file, we will use the dash o. There are so many options, we'll see one by one. Okay, okay, so there are so many options. So without wasting much time, we would like to start to work on the netcat, right? Okay, just do me the cls. Okay, we are clear screen now. So in the sidewise I have opened a one file that is for the netcat commands, I must say. Okay, let me get all this thing into your recording screen. I think now all things are visible to you. Yes, okay. So this is the basic. There are some the commands we will study today for the with the netcat. Okay, so before we have to work on the IP, we have to check our local IP. First we need to check whether the nmap is installed or not, because and netcat is a utility of the nmap. So yes, you are not giving an error. This is an nmap is installed. And see here, nc will not work because nc in the latest version we are using with the ncat. Okay, this is fine. So before, let's say if I want to do something with that command, let's say if I want to uh, uh, check open a particular port, let's say port number 4000. So what I will do, I will try first of all I will type ncat dash nvlp port number 4000. So ultimately what I am exactly doing, I am ultimately doing for I in my system I have 65,536 port, from which I am opening a port number which 4000. So by default all these ports are closed. So what I am doing with the netcat, opening it port 4000 and I am listening on the port. So if any data, if any traffic come to this particular port, I will have the traffic over here. So let me give you get you the example. Let me open another window. Let me open another window, let's say, and I will type over here. First of all, let me find my IP config. Let's say the IP config. So my IP will be 192.168. 192.168.0.118. So my traffic will be nc dash nv 192.168.0.118. So what I'm doing, I am connecting my own system on a port number 4000, because why? I already opened up this port. So what I want to do, I want to send the data, the traffic. I will ask tell us as a traffic. I want to send the traffic to this port. Okay, so NC will not work. I have to use ncat. So ultimately, what I have do on this left hand side, I have opened up this port, that is a port number 4000, and on the right hand side I am connecting on the port number 4000. So what I will do, I will let's say type a message hello. On here side I will have the message. Yes, you getting my point? So this is the how exactly port to port data communication works in the real time. So I'm sending a data onto the port number 4000. I'm here receiving the data on the port number 4000. Again I'm receiving a data on the. So this is how exactly the chat application works on the port to port basis. So this is called the socket programming, you can say also. So you will see in Java and .NET the socket programming, you will work on this port number. So are you getting my point? This is what we are doing onto the netcat, right? So this is the one of the command of the netcat. So these are the basic commands. So this is one of the command for scanning the netcat. So here nc is not working, so scanning will not work, but I will explain the example. nc-nvz, here IP of the particular system and the, let's say, the range of the port number from 1 to 100. So what it will do, it will show me between 1 to 100 which are the ports open, which are the ports open. So what the hackers will ultimately do here, like we are passing our IP, hackers will pass the any system's IP address and pass the port number, let's say this one range. So he will able to know that which are the open ports into the system, which are the open ports into the remote system. Then what he will do, he will pass this command like ncat-nv, that IP address and the port number. So ultimately hacker will be connected to any machine, to the any specific port, and can send the data over there. The data can be the viruses and data can be anything. So are you getting my point? This is how the hackers can get into the any system. Yes or no? Okay. So this was the basic. So this was the very much basic commands of the, you can say, the netcat. Okay. So there are some detailed commands available onto the network. Let's say if we want to save our data, in any of the file, if any of the file. So what I will do exactly, I will write, let's say I will write so first of all what I want to do, I want to uh, listen a data on port number 4000, and I want to store that data into some file, that let's say xy.txt. Okay. So on to the next system. So consider this next window as a next system. What you can do, you can try into your laboratory on one system, try to open a port with this command ncat-nvlp 4000. On the another system, try to connect with this command with ncat-nv 192.168 your means. So this will refer to the another system IP address. You can find the IP address with the ipconfig command and will type the port number. So ultimately you will be connected to the remote system. Okay. So what I will do here, I will like again connect to this system with this port number. Now let's say I'm tapping anything, hello, hi. I'm not able to see anything on the remote machine. I'm not able to see anything on the remote machine. Reason is that I'm storing all of this thing into the particular file, that is the xyz.txt. Okay. So I hope you get my point. Let us go into the D drive. You will have the, let's, I think we have to stop the server first. Yes. uh, I don't know why we did not. Okay, yes. We have to specify like a particular drive over here. Yes, we have to specify like particular drive. So let's say a d colon slash. So we will work on this. Done. Then we will work on the next command. We will start the server again, right? And type the command hello hi and anything, right? We'll go over here again. Yes, now we'll have the file xyz.txt hello hi anything. So this is how we are working with the files. We are storing the data directly into the files. Okay, so as of now I'm deleting this file. I don't need that. It is already in a use, that is why I'm not able to delete that file. Okay, so just delete that up completely. Done. So this was the basic netcat command. Now the very much important command comes into the way. Very much important commands comes into the way of the netcat. So this is how the attackers can access your system over here. This is how the attackers can access the system over here. So uh, get your attention properly. I will get back to you on this again. Yes, so now the very much the vulnerable things the netcat command attackers will do, will study on that. So what I will do, I want to access a remote machine. So I will type this command. Let's say uh, the similar command. What I will do, I will open up a port 4000 with this command. Yes, we know that this command ncat-nvlp 4000, this will open up the 4000 port on my system. And what I'm doing dash e cmd.exe. So whensoever anyone connects to the system will open my command prompt onto the system. So let's try this. Yes, the port is open. For now, consider, just as of now we are on the same system, but you can connect with another system. So consider this system as another one system. So what I will do, I will connect to this particular IP, means my system, with the port number. When I connected that, now what you are seeing ultimately over here is a CMD of this system. This is the CMD of this system. So ultimately hacker will already have get into your system. He can access everything, man, everything. You can see that he can paste a virus file here, he can run a virus file here, anything he can do. He can have all the access of the system. So this is the type of thing one can do with a netcat or netcat command. So I hope you all are now clear mode with the netcat tool. So thank you very much for watching a video. Again, for the quick reply, netcase utility tool comes with the nmap. It's a very much efficient tool for the hackers as well as for the network security scanners, for the vulnerability scanning, also for the breaking the system. Okay, so there are the different commands. We have seen that for the port scanning. This is a command for the port scanning. I will be attaching all this command. You have the, I will ppt all that. This is for connecting with n3-nv, for connecting to the specific port on the specific machine. This is ncat for command for opening a particular port, right? This is a command to store the data into the particular file. Now this is a command to get the data. So this is command to run the cmd file into the remote machine. So this is the very much a dangerous tool, dangerous command. We have seen that now the hacker will have the access of the system. Okay, so thank you very much all of you for watching a video on the cybersecurity channel. So if you have any doubts, any query, you can put a comment on that. We will solve it into the next videos. So thank you very much for watching a video. Have a good day. Bye.